for a lifetime. It's the Fresno State Bulldogs and the San Diego State Aztecs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
San Diego State's head coach told me before the game he has great confidence in the line of scrimmage and their ability to run the ball today. That's because he has got an experienced back. With a freshman quarterback, if he doesn't like what he sees, he can hand it off, and they will plan on having great success up front. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. The Aztecs headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seat. And the ball is loose on the return. A rather inauspicious start, but a golden opportunity after the turnover.
Kick returners usually have to have that home run ability, the ability to take it to the house 100-plus yards. But it's also a tough skill because you've got all these guys flying down the field so fast, and sometimes you get a big hit and ball security becomes an issue.
Run in the red zone, it's Sutton. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Knocked down immediately.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Back to throw, it's Saunders. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Touchdown, Aztecs! A great catch in the end zone. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. From the gun, the ground game. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
And I think this is the key in this game, man. These rivalry games, it's about passion, it's about emotion. And coming to this game, we saw him last week, man. He had over 100. Last year in the blowout, he was a non-factor. He's got to be the catalyst in this game. You can't have a repeat of what happened a year ago, where you're throwing the football because you're behind and you got beat down. Got to establish the line of scrimmage.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Rushes on. Hauls it in. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big third down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of... Oh, it's a fumble! Defense covering it up and not letting the... Get it back. It's a turnover. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. The Bulldogs can really attack on this second and short. The ride. And he's swallowed up immediately stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Push is ahead. There he goes. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Fresno State.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive.
Set to kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Aztecs offense ready to go back to work. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Quick give. It's Sutton. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Dropping back, it's Saunders. Keeping his eyes downfield. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Back's got it on the screen. Spins away from the defender. Thought they had something set up there, but he'll be stopped just short, and it'll be fourth down. And the Aztecs will bring the punt team onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Catches it at the 30. Makes a move. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. And so the Fresno State offense comes out onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
On the option. Quick toss. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his target down the middle. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
Well, on that third down play, they're just trying to get it to him quickly to see if he can do something with it after the catch. But this is a defense that takes pride in their ability to tackle in the open field. That was a fantastic job of rallying to the ball carrier inbounds and getting him down, now setting up fourth.
And how about this? They're going to send the kicker out there to try to put a thunderfoot into one. What an absolute howitzer he unleashed off his foot.
Now look, you don't see kickers on highlight tapes too often. That 61-yard field goal is going to make every highlight reel in the country. Wow.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule. It makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Trying to take it back. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Martin back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. Wide open, he makes the catch. I don't think he was the primary receiver on the play, but when you get that open, you become the primary target.
You ain't lying, and a great job. Credit to the quarterback seeing it, because you have your primary guy you want to go to first. He sees him wide open, delivers the strike. That's the guy you should hit, the guy that's open. Don't get hung up on that first guy all the time.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Direct snap. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Aztecs offense makes its way onto the field to start this drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
That's reeled in. It's Napier. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Basically everything they've tried has worked, scoring a couple of touchdowns and a field goal on their first. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have two hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job of ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. They'll take the penalty and move them back.
Right, let's go. Go.
They'll run it. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The Aztecs trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, San Diego State. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. And he's going to bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Rides to the back. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Martin will throw it. Look out! Keeps it himself and gets to 1st. Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there.
And on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the 1st down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
They were all over it.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Here comes the heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Fresno State will have to punt. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Going to run it. It's Sutton. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And as you start to settle into games as a play call, you start to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And they really got to find a way to get this running game going. They haven't figured it out yet. Like, maybe get the ball more on the perimeter. You know, find a way to get the ball to your running back in space. This offense really has to find a way to get the ground game going.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Long way to go on second down.
Here we go. Ready, go.
He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game. Third and long coming up.
Go.
Selling the fake. They're all over him. The throw. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Looking to throw at Saunders. Going for it all. Got it inside the 10. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Aztecs. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Unloads in the nick of time.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Rush right in his face. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Well, here's an interesting situation after that incompletion for the offense all of a sudden, because you've had success. You've scored 2 touchdowns on your first 2 drives. You've got to be playing with a lot of confidence. Does that carry over and make you feel like going for it here on 4th down? You've got the playmakers. You've made some big plays early in this game. Field position would say you should punt it, but what does the head coach decide to do?
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Sells to run, looking to pass. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Running inside. It's Sutton. They didn't get anybody blocked, didn't fool anybody. They'll lose yardage, and it's 3rd down here late in the half.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Drops back. It's Saunders. Stepping to the right. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Turns it upfield. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Final timeout taken by the Bulldogs. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. On the return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Drops back on first down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Complete in the middle. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone into the Week 7 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's take a look at the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the number 6 team, the Oregon Ducks. And it's the Huskers with one of the truly dazzling offensive displays we've witnessed this season. They had a scoring answer every time they needed one and win a fireworks-filled football game.
Trying to set the tone with the run. Still running at the 40. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And it moves their mark to 6-1 as they continue to play awfully well here in the season's first half. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Well, that's disappointing for the offense because that's a play that you rep all week long in practice. You should be able to hit that one no problem, and the QB receiver couldn't come up with a completion.
Looking for a man. It's Saunders. Oh, pressure's coming. He'll try to do it himself. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every...
Makes the grab in their space. The 20. Touchdown, San Diego State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
And with the extra point, we have a 28-17 ball game. He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And the ball is free on the pitch. He is in. Takes the fumble to the house. Touchdown, Aztecs. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Number one job of a defense, affect the quarterback, get to him, make him a little bit flustered, uncomfortable. Jesse, his second fumble of the day, and this time it goes to the house.
Yeah, and David, you know as a former DN, the coaches were telling their guys, hey, you got him to fumble once. If you get close to him, strip away at that thing. Get your hands on him. The ball's going to come out again. That's exactly what happened. They were opportunistic, not just recovering it, scooping and scoring for a big TD.
The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. Working the ground game. Oh, he's got some space. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. And the Bulldogs moving quickly to the line.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Escapes the pressure going right. Now he's looking into the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
He's got it. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. What a nice job to get through your progressions and find your man open on the drag.
And you can't do that without good protection up front by the offensive line, giving you a little bit of time. And you're right, the QB had time, saw the matchups, finally saw that drag come open, completes the strike, gets the first down.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. He's got it way down the field. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. Hand it to the back. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Snap to the back. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And they take it in for 6 more points. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they now trail 35-24. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, let's see what adjustments this San Diego State offense has made this time. And after that last score, this is just a 2-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. And he's brought down after a short gain. They'll need a bunch on second down. From the gun, it's Sutton. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you can tell he takes advantage of it.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Trying to squeak through the pile. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Secures it at the 30. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. And so the Fresno State offense comes out onto the field. They cut into the deficit the last time they had it, forced the punt, and now they can really make this a game.
And you're right back in this thing. You're creating some momentum. You got the score. You got the stop. This offense, Jesse, has a chance now to make this an absolute barn burner of a ball game.
Yeah, it's one play at a time, though, right? You're not going to get it all back in one play. Just go out, do your job, execute.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. The Bulldogs peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Going to take a shot at this DB. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. He had him open there, and I know this quarterback expects to make that throw.
It's a tough throw because, again, you got a couple steps on the guy. That's not wide open. These DBs are so fast, but that is a throw that you do expect a guy like that caliber, to be able to play a little pitch and catch and make that happen.
Great job of contained by this defense, and in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic, and that's exactly what happened there.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Still third down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. Martin back to pass. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Not a ton of play calls for third in California when you're on offense. You know you're going to have your quarterback holding on to the football. You really got to think about how you're going to protect him. Offensive coordinator may want to think about using more max protect schemes, get more bodies in to give this quarterback a chance.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Sutton. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Right around the halfway point of the season, neither of these squads that we've watched today ranked, but here's the top 25 as it stands right now. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. So the final period starts with a second down play. They'll run him again. Taken down.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on third and long. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Straight ahead, it's Sutton. And he is snowed under in the backfield. He'll lose yardage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
He gets it away from his own end zone. He's got it near midfield. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Martin will throw it. Left side, it's McClain. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line.
That's a good first down for this offense. Get something positive going. Like, listen, the possessions are shrunk now. We're in the fourth quarter. The clock is ticking for us. Down 2 possessions. You're not going to get many more, so they got to be smart with the football while still being aggressive.
Under pressure. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. Fresno State lines up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. Makes the grab, and he will score. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They'll go for 2 here and try to climb within a field goal late.
Bender. Copper.
He'll set up to throw. He's got it. Two-point conversion is good, and now they're within a field goal here in the fourth.
San Diego State, 35. Fresno State, 32.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Guys, we're about to get another look at this San Diego State offense. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Oh, there's an alley on the left. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, past the 10. Touchdown, San Diego State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And the extra point splits the uprights. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a two-possession game. They must get something here. At the 40, there he goes. Just what they needed, an explosive play in the running game, and they're out to the 49-yard line before he goes out of bounds. They gobbled up a ton of yardage to open this drive, and now in business near midfield at the 49. Unloads it left. He's got an open man. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Rid of it on the RPO. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Fresno State right back to the line. Martin back to pass. Rushes on. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down.
And this offense put together a really good drive, man. Like, that was a good drive, but 3rd down in the red zone when the field starts to shrink, they really struggle to try to find a play to get someone open.
Absolutely perfect. This is now a 7-point game.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. San Diego State takes over as the offense is ready to go to work. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. Looking for room. It's Sutton. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
They give it back to him. He stopped in his tracks, and at least they didn't lose yardage on this one.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
And the Aztecs will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets a block. Wide open and it's a foot race. Touchdown Fresno State. Special teams proving to be special. The extra point here would tie the game. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turning on the gas. Great job, great return.
San Diego State trying to get things moving on this drive. And as they say, it's a brand new ball game. That field goal tied it up, and now let's see if they can put together a winning drive. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense. They're allowing only a minimum gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Washington again. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Here we go. 3rd down and 1. Let's see what you're made of. He's changing the play. Scanning the field, it's Saunders. Out wide right, it's Ford. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Man, nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be, is just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions at receiver. They can make big plays, get him the ball, run after the catch.
The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. The Aztecs with the 1st and 10. Here's a give to Washington. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense, getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
Wants to go up top on 2nd down. On the move. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Hauls it in. Taken down.
A lot of times late in games, you see this by defenses. They're going to drop back, and they're going to take away all the deep stuff, try to take away all the passing lanes. Nice job getting it to your running back, letting him get positive yards, and then let's get up to the ball quickly.
On 3rd down, here's Washington. Turning it on. Inside the touchdown Aztecs. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. He'll try to tack on one more. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it off in style with a 47-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. They just need the extra point to deadlock this game. And he missed it. A punch in the gut late. They're still down. Can't do it much better than that. Get the kickoff return, take it 98 to the house, and put a touchdown on the board. Time is of the essence. Just under a minute to go as they line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Here's a give to Washington. The Bulldogs will use their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
And the Aztecs enter the final minute with the lead. Give to Washington again. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Now Fresno State calls its second timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on 3rd down. They'll give it to Washington. The Bulldogs take their 3rd and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. The Aztecs will call on their punt team. They'll look to pin them deep. Not a lot of room to make this catch. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Martin will throw it. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. What a catch and what a throw along the sideline. Just zings it in there. A little Baryshnikov for the toe tap. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. Snags it. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, and you got to love those matchups. When you get a running back matched up on somebody else, it's never going to be a cornerback. That's not going to happen. So finding a good matchup, getting that speed isolated, now I'm going to go attack and make some plays.
They've got him spread out on 2nd and 7, 2 wide out to either side. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Working that left side now. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on first. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Everybody lined up, quickly snapped and spiked to stop the clock.
On the play.
All the plays, all the plans, all the schemes, and it will be decided on this kick. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. They'll snap it from the 39, and the kicker will need a 56-yarder to give his team a chance to win. On its way, it's gone! And they go back on top. Guys, that one was a ton of fun to call, and the players, a lot of games sort of wash away in the memory bank. Not that one. That will be an indelible mark in their memories.
I agree, Reese. You know, I think back to my career at Florida, and just the games that stand out the most were always the ones that went down to the wire, whether we lost or whether we won. For this team, this is going to be a good memory moving forward, David, because of how well they played today.